We are in the kitchen with Chef Steve Phelps from Indigenous and also our local Chefs Collaborative leader and fearless front on saving our oceans.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Sustainable seafood
Thank you.
guy.
Sustainable seafood Steve.
What are we making today?
Yes. Well, today we are actually celebrating a movement that we're doing called Chefs for Fish, and all these chefs across the country who are involved in this program are using sustainable seafood dishes on their menu and highlighting some of the issues we have behind some things going on in Congress right now. So tonight we're going to make a little bit of a smoked fish nacho play, but these are actually saltine crackers that we've used.
That you made yourself.
Yeah,
we made saltines.
I didn't know you
we
could
use a
make
little
it
bit of
yourself.
the local sea salt, and we roll those out and sprinkle the salt in there. And what we do today, we're using what's called wreck fish. Probably nobody's heard of that yet.
I've not, no.
Wreck fish is actually one of the top 3 best sustainable fisheries in the world.
Really? Where does it come from?
This comes from South Carolina.
Okay.
And the wreck fish are a deep water fish. They're kind of like a grouper, but they eat a crustacean diet, and the meat is so sweet and amazing. And there is only one family with the rights to fish for these fish.
Oh my goodness.
And so they have less than 10 vessels that go out and catch these fish. So totally controlled. People are, you know, waiting in line for 6 months because it's closed from January to April. So what we do is we take the belly meat from that, and we smoke that. And if you want to, you could just sprinkle a little bit all over each one of these. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We smoke that meat.
Sprinkle?
How much do you want?
got enough?
And that's, if you like lots of it on there.
I need one more right here.
Okay.
And it's almost like fish bacon because it's so fatty.
Hold on.
So it's a fatty fish, okay?
It's
soft,
got
so it'll
a
be
really
soft.
nice belly piece on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just delicate and flaky. So we save the belly meat
You
on
can have
there,
some too, Steph.
and
Okay, good.
we sprinkle that on. So just like a nacho, we do a couple other things on there. You can do some of the those are pickled red onions.
Put my hand in?
Sure. And if you want to do the jalapenos, there's some pickled jalapenos also on there.
Linda, chefs use their hands all the time.
Yeah.
With gloves.
And
okay,
so
Stephanie, here's your turn.
What's super unique about what we're doing with this today is that the Chefs for Fish movement, there's 2 HR bills going across Congress right now that are going to ruin the sustainable fisheries that we've developed
Okay, that's bad. Tell us about this.
For 40 years, we've been known in the world as the U.S. has been the #1 sustainable fishery globally.
Okay.
And some of these acts that are coming up right now, there are actually 2 bills on. One would modernize fishery, which means robotic equipment, which would go out there and just catch fish all day. No limitations, just pulling fish out of the
obviously
water.
scary.
Wouldn't that wipe out the fish?
It would totally make us go backwards for the 40 years that we've made this progress.
Why do they think that's good? Because the fishermen make money?
It's going to save money on labor, and you know how some of these people tend to think it's that part and don't look at science-based management. So the other one is to open up 100 species that have been protected for 40 years. And it's just ridiculous, just so there's more availability, and we have people who are in the Congress that don't understand it because they're not in the water, and they're not out there, they're not seeing the fish, they're not doing the things that we discuss as chefs, and find out that we can't get a fish at the restaurant anymore, and you find out why. It's because you can't fish for it because they're gone. So extinction's become an issue too.
Are we going to cook these? Is that why you...
No, I'm just going to have
these
him
are ready to go. So this is a little
decorating.
guajillo chili puree,
Yum.
and then this is a little salsa verde, so we can squeeze that all over.
So
both
quickly,
of those
I know
dishes.
you're having a dinner to help raise awareness about this.
What,
So tell us about that, but then tell us about what we can do in terms of these bills in Congress. I mean, do we call our congressman? Do we email him? How do we let him know we don't like this?
There's a website you could go on, which is the House of Representatives, and it has a couple different things and tells you about the HR bills that are becoming across the tables there. And you can go in and speak your piece and tell them exactly what you want to do.
Send them letters, send them emails.
Having dinners like we're having on August 5th at Louis Modern is another way to do it, where we just promote sustainable seafood, and every item on that plate will be something that is sustainable and well protected.
Well, and this is so important to us here on the Suncoast to protect our waters, to understand what's happening with our fishing, and a huge thanks to all the chefs, including Chef Steve in the Chefs Collaborative, for bringing this to the forefront. But you heard what he said. Congress is thinking about taking steps that do not help us here on the Gulf Coast. So head to the House of Representatives website, take a look at that, but more importantly, support all of the chefs in the Chefs Collaborative, such as Indigenous Restaurant, and of course, buy those tickets for the Seafood Sustainable Dinner coming up on August 5th.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you guys are digging in, and I'm doing all the work here. Can't wait to try this. Steve, great to have you. Nikki, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Take some time, enjoy the Suncoast view.
Thank you.
Where's my cheese?